All right, what's going on, people? I'm Joe Arrigo. This is my boy Guy Ater.
What's up, y'all?
And we decided we wanted to create a YouTube show about sports betting, and we're gonna call this New York Sports Betting because, as you guys know, who are really interested in it, sports betting is about to be legal in New York State, and me and this guy, we're pretty hyped about it. We've really followed it over the years, and we've done our own share of it, and now we're just really excited to get into it. We're gonna try to, today we're gonna give you like a timeline of what has been happening the past couple months, like in the government to make it legal, and we're gonna obviously try to help people make some money over the course of this year, and we're gonna try to make this go on for a long time. So, Guy, first impressions, just what do you think about just like sports betting being legal?
Honestly, I feel like it's a good thing for the state because they can make extra money for us, but it can also be bad because, gambling has people lose their whole life, you know what I mean? So people got to be careful with it because you don't want to lose everything on sports betting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like sports betting is something that is good because it's just been like so underground and people have been doing it that it's better just to make it legal so it can be monitored and done safely. But at the same time, it could bring people in who aren't really gamblers, and it could really have a negative effect on them because as me and Guy know, over the years, it's not as easy as you think. Like,
no, it's not at all.
Just because you think one team is going to win you some money, it's not always the case.
For example, Milwaukee. Thank God sports betting is not legal yet. I would have came homeless. Like I told you, I would have came homeless if sports betting was legal right now because I would have bet all my money on Milwaukee. 4 games. So I lost game. What was it?
They lost 3 through 6.
Yeah, 3 through 6. I would have lost all my money on those games. So it's tough. Because Milwaukee's number 1 seed, I would not think that Toronto would beat them. But look, Toronto's giving Warriors work right now.
Yep. All right, so we just want to start off and just give you guys like a little timeline as like what's been going on. Because as we know, at the beginning of 2019, the governor, Andrew Cuomo, legalized it.
Thank you, Andrew.
So this is what's happened since the beginning of the year. So Cuomo decided that he only wants sports betting in the upstate casinos and also the Indian Nation casinos. Why? I think it's because downstate people close to New York City, they could go over to New Jersey. It's a close bordering state.
Yep.
So I guess they could do that, but maybe he's just doing it also as a test run of just to see how it works for the state. So only upstate New York casinos. At the end of March, there was a 60-day comment period for the people of New York just so they could like call into like the government or email and give their thoughts on it. But now that 60-day period is over, and they are going to be voting on it in the New York State Gaming Commission on Monday, June 10th. So things are going to really start going fast, Guy. Maybe even by, today's June 8th, maybe by honestly next weekend, it might be up, and it's going to start going really fast. The sports books are bet at the casinos, so it's going to be going. So, Guy, do you want to give them like any tips or advice, or maybe even like, is it going to change people's gambling habits?
One tip I want to give people: don't go with your heart, guys. I know you some guys, you love your team, or you see that they have a good advantage, but don't go with your heart. You guys got to go with people like me, Joe. We're going to get you guys the wins, you know what I mean? Because we're going to do our research, real research, and see what was going on that day, you know what I mean? Just not by our heart or by our choice. And I feel like it's going to help out certain people that know how to gamble. Just get a couple of $100, maybe $1,000 in the side, you know what I mean? But like I said, you guys got to make sure you know what you're doing, because if you don't, you're going to be poor.
Yeah, and when we give our picks throughout the year, we might make a couple with our true gut feeling, but a lot of times we're doing research and learning picks from other experts. So that's why we're wanting to make this show, because people can just like guess their own personal opinions all the time, but we're actually going to do research to make sure that what we're picking is really logical and not just because we think it's a good idea, but because we know there's value in that pick. All right, so our first pick we're going to make on this show is we're going to talk about NBA Finals Game 5, Golden State at Toronto. The line right now is -3. So
without Durant, -3.
First pick, Guy, no pressure. Who do you got?
Obviously, I have to pick Toronto because the way they've been looking through the last couple of games. You know what I mean? They're working hard. Kawhi's doing his thing. His team is doing his thing. His coach is coaching the players to play well. And I don't think the Warriors can match Toronto right now. So I will go Toronto -3.
I would also say Toronto. There's rumors Kevin Durant is going to be back for Game 5, and yes, he's the best player in the series. Maybe if he's 100%, definitely. But coming one game, just coming back to this first game after being out for about a month, I don't know if he can just come in and be like Superman and just save him. He's gonna he's gonna help him rebound. He's gonna help him defend the rim. He's obviously a great scorer, but he's just getting back into the things. And Toronto, as guys said, they're really flowing right now. Their coach has got them really playing well, and they got a really solid team. They got a lot of NBA veterans, and yeah, I'm taking Toronto with my first pick for New York sports bet.
Take Toronto too. So Joe, like, well, okay, for Toronto, right? If you are betting at the casino or sports bar, how much money would you put on Toronto?
I would honestly say, unless I heard from another individual I really trust, that I probably wouldn't bet too much money on it, just because, again, it's one of those personal. This is one of those bets that I feel like just through my personal belief. But usually I like to, if I want to bet a good amount of money, I want to get the information from someone who's either a professional or someone who I can really trust. But yeah, I wouldn't really go too much money on this. Now, the game before, when it was just Steph Curry and Golden State was favored by 4 points, that's when I would have bet. I would have put more money on Toronto just because they were missing Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant.
Games like that, you gotta take advantage of it, guys. That's why Joe was saying, like, if one team is not prepared, doesn't have its starting players, and they got +4, you gotta take advantage of that. So like me, that game, I would bet like 250 on it. I mean, if I lost it, I lost it. But hey, they won, so I would have won that money. But this game goes right. It's tough. Out of this game, I'll probably bet like $50, nothing more than that. You know what I mean? Because it's still a tough game.
Warriors are still they're still 2-time defending champion. It wouldn't shock me if they won that last game. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for our first show of New York sports betting. For Guy Terre, I'm Joe Arrigo. Thank you. And if you liked what you were seeing, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
Follow us, guys. Follow us.